You're home for Christmas break from college. You hadn't meant to come back this year, but your parents had guilted you into it by saying they were sick and your dad needed help with his back. But really, you just couldn't say no to them. Your little brother Josh was supposed to be here too, but he told you over the phone that he was gonna spend Christmas with some friends instead of the usual family get-together. Your mom and dad seemed disappointed, but they let him go. Now you are in your old room trying to unpack, when you hear an odd noise coming from the living room. Curious, you follow the sound and peek around the corner to see what's going on. There's a big hole in the wall and light is shining out from behind it. The light wasn't there before. This discovery makes you wonder if you've ever truly known your own family at all. What secrets have they been hiding? And what could be so important that they put a secret passageway behind the bookshelf in the living room? As you inch closer, you hear muffled voices coming from the other side of the wall. You press your ear against it and strain to listen in. It sounds like someone's in there talking, but it's impossible to make out the words they're saying. With renewed curiosity, you step back and look around to see if there's any way to get into the wall. There has to be a way in somewhere. You start checking all the bookshelves in the room, but it seems like the books are glued to the wall. You try moving the fake plant in the corner, but there's nothing behind there. Then you notice a painting hanging on the wall. You don't recognize it. You vaguely remember your brother hanging something up when he was a teenager, but you can't recall what it was. You walk over and take a closer look, then reach out to try the handle. It turns out the painting was just a cover for a door, and as it swings open, you're greeted by the sight of a long, dark hallway stretching out before you. The air coming from the other side of the door is musty and stale. A single bare bulb hangs from the ceiling, casting harsh shadows that dance at the edge of your vision. You don't know whether to feel excited or scared about this discovery, but one thing's for sure, you're gonna find out where this goes. As you step into the hallway, you close the door behind you, cutting off the light from the living room. The air grows colder as you continue down the hall, making goosebumps appear on your arms. You can't tell how far you've walked, but you're beginning to feel uneasy. You don't like being in the dark and you give anything to turn the lights back on. But then you notice something in front of you. A faint glow is starting to appear. You walk toward it, hoping it means you're almost out of the tunnel. But when you round the bend, you see that the light is coming from a dead end. Frustrated, you spin around and start walking in the opposite direction. When you reach the opening, you step out into another room. At least now you're not in complete darkness. The room you're in is small and empty except for a wooden chest in the corner. You cautiously approach it and run your fingers over its surface. There are no decorations or patterns. It's just a plain wooden box. Curiosity gets the better of you and you lift the lid. Inside you see an assortment of items. An old leather journal, a compass, a strange symbol etched into a piece of metal, and a key. You pick up the journal and flip through its yellowed pages, but it's filled with indecipherable scribbles. You show the compass, but it doesn't seem to work properly. The needle spins wildly without pointing north. As you reach for the metal plate, you notice an inscription along the edge. It reads, "Where two shadows meet beneath the pale moonlight, the hidden path will reveal itself." You ponder the cryptic message, unsure of its meaning. Then you notice the key lying on the chest. Could it be the answer? You search the room, looking for a lock or keyhole anywhere, but there doesn't seem to be one. Then you remember the painting you passed through to enter the secret chamber. Was that the hidden path mentioned in the riddle? You race back to the hallway and push the painting open. In the dim light, you see something you didn't notice before, a keyhole cut into the frame. You take the key from the chest and fit it into the hole. To your surprise, it turns. As the lock clicks open, the frame swings inward, revealing a staircase concealed behind it. You cautiously descend the stairs, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. At the bottom, you find yourself in a spacious underground chamber, lit by torches along the walls. In the center stands a large circular object resembling a clock face, surrounded by strange symbols and markings. You walk closer to examine it, running your fingers over the cold stone. There's a small indentation in the center, like where a key would go. Could this be the missing piece of the puzzle? You pull the key from your pocket and insert it into the hole. It fits perfectly. As you turn it, the room comes to life. The clock face springs into motion, revealing a hidden door in the wall. With trembling hands, you push it open and step through. On the other side, you find yourself in a lush green meadow bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun. Flowers of all colors and varieties surround you, their petals soft and inviting. You take a deep breath, inhaling the sweet fragrance. It feels good to be outside after spending so much time in the cramped tunnels. Then you notice a towering oak tree in the distance. Its branches reach toward the sky like gnarled fingers. Beneath it, you see the familiar figure of your little brother Josh. He looks up as you approach, a gentle smile on his face. You ask him why he didn't tell you about this place before, why he kept it a secret. He replies, because it's a special place, a place where we can escape the world and be free. He extends his hand to help you up and says, welcome to Wonderland. As you reach out to take his hand, the ground beneath you begins to shake. The once beautiful meadow turns into a twisted landscape of thorns and darkness. The cheerful flowers become menacing and sharp, and the friendly trees morph into snarling beasts. You try to pull away from Josh, but his grip tightens. His eyes, once warm and inviting, now gleam with a terrifying light. You scream for help, but your voice echoes strangely in the distorted landscape. You struggle against Josh's hold, desperate to break free. But then everything goes black. You wake up, disoriented and confused. You're lying on the floor in your old room. The sound of distant sirens fills your ears. Groaning, you sit up and look around. The walls seem closer than before. Had it all been a dream? You rush to the window and peer out. The house next door appears to be the same, yet slightly different. Then you notice something. There's a huge hole in the wall where the house used to be. Light shines through the opening, revealing a dark, gaping void beyond. You step closer and lean out, peering into the abyss. Then you see it, a faint glimmer in the distance. With a determined nod, you jump. You fall endlessly, tumbling through the darkness. And as you plummet, you can't help but wonder, did you really escape Wonderland? Or is it all just beginning?